Now that we've written in all of the account titles in the T accounts, we're going to actually go through the transactions and fill in the debits and credits. So on June 1st, it says received cash from owner as an investment, $3,000. So we are going to debit cash for $3,000, and I'm going to put a 1 in front of it to show that it's June 1st. Mark Lands gets the credit for $3,000. On June 2nd, paid cash for supplies, $60. So on the 2nd, cash is going to go down with a credit and supplies is going to go up with a debit. On the 4th, paid cash for rent, $200. So cash is going to go down $200 and rent expense on the 4th goes up. On the 4th again, received cash from sales, $350. So on the 4th, cash is going to go up with a debit, and sales is going to go up with a credit. On the 5th, paid cash for repairs, $10. So on the 5th, cash is going to go down with a debit, and then, a credit, and repair expense goes up with a debit. On the 8th, sold services on account to Joseph Corbett, $200. So Joseph Corbett is going to get a debit on the 8th for $200, and sales on the 8th gets a credit for $200. On the 9th, bought supplies on account from janitor supplies, $500. So our supplies is going to go up on the 9th, $500. And down here, janitor supplies goes up with a credit for $500. On the 10th, paid cash for insurance, $100. So here for cash on the 10th, it's going to go down with a credit, and insurance is going to go up with a debit. On the 11th, received cash from owner as an investment, $900. So on the 11th, cash is going to go up with a debit, and capital is going to go up with a credit. On the 11th, received cash from sales, $300. So on the 11th, cash goes up $300, sales goes up with a credit, $300. On the 12th, bought supplies on account from Durner Office Supplies, $50. So supplies is going up, and Durner Office Supplies, 12th, that's $50, and Durner Office Supplies gets a credit for $50. On the 13th, received cash on account from Joseph Corbett, $125. Cash is going to go up on the 13th for $125, and Joseph Corbett goes down with a credit for $125. On the 15th, paid cash for a miscellaneous expense, $5. So on the 15th, cash is going to go down $5 with a credit, and miscellaneous expense goes up with a debit for $5. On the 16th, paid cash on account to janitor supplies, $50. So cash here on the 16th is going to go down with a credit for $50, and janitor supplies is going down with a debit for $50. On the 22nd, we paid cash for a utility bill, $35. So back up to cash, that's a credit on the 22nd for $35, and utilities expense goes up with a debit for $35. On the 23rd, paid cash for advertising, $30. So on the 23rd, cash gets a credit for $30, and advertising expense goes up with a debit for $30. On the 25th, sold services on account to Vera Rice, $220. Sales is going to go up on the 25th for $220, and Vera Rice gets a debit on the 25th for $220. On the 26th, we paid cash to owner for personal use, $600. So on the 26th, cash is going to get a credit for $600, and drawing gets a debit for $600. Last one, received cash on account from Vera Rice, $100. So on the 30th, we are going to debit cash for $100, and Vera Rice gets a credit on the 30th for $100.